Good morning, it's Sandra here on a rather dark and grey morning, although at least it's not raining, unlike yesterday. It poured down all day and I wasn't able to get the video done, so I've walked up the hill this morning nice and early with Autumn and I thought I'd record a video here. So today I wanted to talk about asking for forgiveness or seeking permission, and where do you fit on that scale. It came about by one of the first female admirals of the US Navy, Grace, I want to say Houghton, but I'm not entirely sure if that's her surname. But effectively, she was the one that coined the phrase seeking forgiveness rather than asking for permission. And I think it's a great phrase, especially for women. And it isn't about breaking all the rules and being a real sort of terrorist in your organisation, but it is about finding that bravery within. Members of the WLA will know I use this phrase, that the magic happens on the outside of your comfort zone. And I was reading an article about, there was a woman talking about, she worked for Enron and just before the collapse, and she was in the legal team, quite young, and she was in a meeting, she knew what was said was wrong, but she recalls saying to herself, well, I can't speak up, these guys know what they're talking about, maybe I've got it wrong, who am I to have this opinion and this voice? And so she didn't. And she did mention it to her boss after, and the whole meeting was recalled because this girl was absolutely right in terms of what she'd identified. So it's interesting, isn't it, that if we sit and we wait to be called in, we wait to be invited in, and we have a view, we have an opinion, we have a gut feel, it's so important that we show up and we share it. And even if it isn't the right way to do it, according to organisational policy, sometimes you've got to go with that gut. You've got to listen to your intuition, and you've got to be brave and speak up. And in my experience and with clients I work with, most of the time, your intuition is absolutely right. And that's the bravery bit. That's the bit that where it feels uncomfortable. Sometimes we don't want to have those difficult conversations because it doesn't feel comfortable. But if we sit in our comfort zone, nothing will ever change. So as the US Admiral did, she created huge new direction for the work she was doing, because she knew where she wanted to go and how she wanted to go about it, and it didn't quite fit with the culture. And if you've watched me on the training series recently, we were talking about the new feminine way is so critical for the future of the planet, and that's about us listening to our intuition. It's about us showing up in places perhaps where we've historically sat back. And if you're invited in, have a voice, listen to your intuition, and if that voice goes against norms, be brave and say it anyway. So that's what I wanted to say today. So wishing you a really fab day, and enjoy your weekend. Take care.